Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back everybody. Let's get started right from the most tricky time frame, which is a daily on euro currency. So you could see it's a bit wild performance on the payrolls report, but in general we could say that the fundamental background stands in favor of the United States dollar. So recent numbers were better than expected, and this is by the opinion of the market, general opinion, stands in favor of the longer period of the higher rates, which brings some advantage over euro currency, where market anticipates some hint on the coming European Central Bank meeting next week, that probably in confirmation from the officials that central bank intends to start cutting rate in June. So this is shortly what the background we have. Now it's interesting moment that if we compare three different charts that we have on the daily chart, on the daily time frame, all of them will be different. So if you will take a look at the retail broker chart, we have that bearish grabber right there, but trend has turned bullish on Friday with this performance. This is not the grabber, guys. I explain you what the difference, because this is the first candle where trend has turned bullish, but the grabber is forming when it is the failure trend changing. So it means that the trend has to be set first in some direction, and only after that grabber could be formed. But if market just changing the trend and touch the MACD, this is not the grabber. This is just the candle that changes the trade. If on the next bar market will touch the trend again, that will be the grabber. But this candle is not the bullish grabber. This is important. So that one we have currently on the daily retail broker chart. In my situation, this is FXCM broker, Australian broker. So if we take a look now at the dollar index, we see approximately the same picture. Grabber is valid, and this is kind of the shooting star on Friday performance. Trend has turned bearish. But if we'll take a look at now under the futures of the euro currency, you could see that we have no grabbers at all, and trend remains bearish on the futures. So taking it all together using the simple logic tells us that on the euro currency we have at least bearish trend, because we have to rely on the futures chart, not the retail broker chart. And second, at the best, we also have potentially bearish grabber on the euro currency, not because of the retail broker chart, but because of the chart of the dollar index. That tells us that probably the bearish context that we discussed is still valid, despite some volatility that has happened on Friday. On a weekly chart, you do not find something really special, but there the overall sentiment is also stands bearish. Nominally it is bearish because we have the bearish MACD on the weekly chart, and despite the dollar index has completed it, but on the weekly chart we still have uncompleted bearish grabber. All the stuff together, including the numbers that we've got, tells us that situation still stands in favor of the United States dollar. And that makes us think that the scenario that we have discussed on Friday is still valid. Recall what we said: if we will get the grabber and simultaneously intraday hand short starts working, we've got the Brent bar, so we can see with some thrilling around the 30% level, it still has started, and we've got nicely looking bullish engulfing pressure, and it will start. We should be ready for a short-term upside performance. And currently we're not intended to make bet on further upward continuation, because we do not have the background for that. Although, to be honest, guys, if you already have taken the long position, or intend to take it on Monday, when the market will appear in the neckline, you actually do not care whether this upward action will happen or not, because you already will have the break-even stop. And this is absolutely do not worry you what will happen next. You even could leave your position intact. So if something will change and some news will be released or something, we will get poor inflation, for example, next week, and euro jumps more, you already will be in the market. You could, this is some kind of the wild card, so safe wild card example, because you take the position in advance of the moment where you will have to make the decision on what to do next. But in general, with following our plan, we suggested initially that we could trade this kind of the bread and butter with the minimum target, some upward bounce, but we do not intend to make the bet on a further upward continuation with this head and shoulders pattern, just because of the overall bearish environment that we have. And we think that currently it seems that this plan is still valid. So despite that we have nicely looking engulfing, it doesn't mean yet that euro is ready to form this head and shoulders and shows the upside breakout. Just for information, let's measure the possible target if this head and shoulders will work. So approximately it should be, just maybe for somebody of you who will intend to follow it, it's around the previous tops on 109.40, approximately the same top as there. So but another reason for this, well, for why we actually have the really doubts that this will happen, because if market will complete this target and moves to the 109.50, 109.40, this head and shoulders will appear under question, this one, because it will be a strong upward action up the top of the right arm already in place, and start smelling right like the failure and significant euro appreciation. So it's change overall context, but currently I do not see a really fundamental background for that. That should happen. Why the reasons for buying the euros right now in the long term. So that's the reasons why we think that it's too early to bury our bearish context. Still, on the hourly chart, since we have nicely looking engulfing, which is taking the shape evidently of the minor reverse head and shoulders pattern, our prediction could continue slightly in the beginning of the week. Here we can see a few targets. We have the COP 108.60 and OP 108.83 that above the top. It means that if market will complete the OP, potentially grabber could be erased. But here are a few thoughts on the current subject. First of all, on the euro currency, we do not the grabber. We do not have the grabber. We have it on a Dixie, on the dollar index. Second is performance on the Dixie and euro stands different. It means that euro could complete the OP, while on the Dixie, the grabber still remain valid. That is also possible. And finally, on Monday, euro currency could drop a bit. So C point will be not here, but it might be slightly lower. So it means that market could complete OP and this head and shoulders and keeping untouched the previous top. This is also possible. So, but if you possess yourself with this upward action and you think about closing the position soon, this is two levels to keep an eye on. If you would like to keep it for possible high action, as I said, some kind of the bullish wild card, that's okay. So you just could move towards the break even and see and watch the TV and see what will happen. So that's actually our thoughts on the current subject. Once we will see the clear signs of the failure of this head and shoulders, if of course we will see it, that will be the signal for start considering taking the new shorts position. So that's in general our trading plan for the next week, but let's see how it will perform in details.